Alright, welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4 Millennium Dawn modded playthrough of North Korea. If you didn't notice, the research finished, and if you watched the last episode, you'll notice I didn't pause it at the end. Thus, I just wanted to keep this up, make sure everyone saw. Why LTE's done. We can early research, but there's really no point. Our research speed is not fast enough to make that worthwhile right now, when we have significant investments in productivity and GDP growth that we need to do first. So we're going to go ahead and go down this path. And try and get, how do I say it? Full stack. We're missing our first full stack of civilian industry, and we really would need to do this before 2020 to be effective. Like, I know the events of the early 2010s didn't go as planned, but we can totally recover the playthrough and kind of get stuff done before like 2050 and everything is like boring and it's just fighting, pretty much wearing down your opponent. Um yeah, and I still don't get the fluctuation thing. I think it's got to be trade deals. My assumption is we go from what, like 8, 9 factories to 12 plus 3. Very random. I don't understand it unless it's like one of the cooperative things. Anyway, we are getting our debt paid down. Our interest rate is down to the 6% range, as well as our GDP growth helping that out. Actually, I didn't look at the interest on debt is still pretty high though. Significantly higher than I would want. September 16th. So 1 month we get another factory. That's not the worst thing in the world. Pay all that off. Yeah, and then we're what, 4 months? September, November. Oh, sorry. September, October, November, and then end of December, right? I don't think it's the beginning. It's like in my head I had it right. It did not come out of my mouth in the right order. Just who cares about Halloween? Skip October. No one likes buying candy anyway. You just gain weight because none of the kids eat it. They leave it behind and then you don't want to throw it away. Actually, actually, ooh, I could see this playthrough, this being beneficial since we have so much employment or so many workers, and this becoming a problem. Maybe after we get the power plant situation settled. What are we looking at? Yeah, having the research slots would be really cool, but that's just a random thing. Yeah, that .1 is killing me. Like a mental just wall. Because I think our influence, like independence, was what, 90% or something, and we were a minor power. I'm curious though at what point we would or wouldn't be now. Like at 100%, are we or are we not? But we are below that 6% interest rate now, so milestones. I've really thought about retiring young June, but I haven't done it. Kind of like, is it worth it? Could be. Could be very worth it. Alright, so heavy infantry actually gives us a lot harder hitting anti-tank missiles and stuff. This gives us benefits though in desert in a lot of places where our infantry would not be good. And hard and piercing bonuses. Org bonus. I really want the org bonus. Leg infantry, not foot. Yeah. Let it ride. I guess we got it built. Because our electricity dropped significantly. So the 19th of March of 2019. So it's like a 6-month production cycle right now. We're pushing the envelope though. Yeah, so our GDP is skyrocketing as we get those factories filled up with employees, and our employment rates dropping by like 1.5% for every factory. So that's pretty good. I don't know what that pop was that y'all didn't hear, but I heard around me. That was weird. A haunted house kind of situation. And that just made our unemployment worse. Infinitely worse, but it gave us research percent, so. Actually, I may not have offices, so this could be okay. Now I'm thinking about it. I think all the first workforce reductions are for offices. All right. Interest on debt is almost down to 600 million, sorry. That's looking okay. We'll be able to build probably one more factory, and then I'll have to swap over to a power plant. And yeah, our combat is literally just going to be a hope and a prayer. That's what our combat's going to be. Because we'll get an airfield that definitely will be in range of like Brunei or somewhere. So geographic like territory and location is going to, like, your geography is going to play a much more important role in expansion if you expand militarily in Hearts of Iron 4 going forward, is what I see. Unless they fix the balancing. Okay. And then we're gonna be this, okay, 7th of December. So it's early. It's one more month, basically. So 30 days or so. I'm gonna go ahead and combat foreign influence. I'm gonna keep doing that. I think this is bumping our pop-up too every time I click it. Just as an aside. Awesome. Just what I want to see. More money paid down. We're almost to $550 billion in debt from a high of like, I think it was like 3,000 billion. So 3 trillion. But yeah, I'm not 100% certain what the pinnacle was. I'd have to go through the videos again. All right, we do have enough here to get more money, so let's do that. So our foreign investment income is almost negligible right now. And our interest on our debt is extreme. So we'll use all our money just to pay down the debt. $10 days until we have max fuel. What happens if we cancel? We have 3... No, never mind. We have about a year's worth of fuels of self-sufficiency. I bet that gets way better if we take some of these, like, you know, consumption reductions. Yeah, because I need these power plant ones too. Plus, this is 2015. This, and this are going to be super useful. I need to get to those. I really would like more research slots. Like everyone would. Who plays Hearts of Iron 4, especially Millennium Dawn. It is a Christmas wish that is just not going to happen for us. Alright, so it's moment of truth time. Crunch time. This is all preparatory for... Yeah, I'm going to puppet the state. I'm not going to annex it this time. See our airborne units. They're improving their relations, but they're not guaranteed. Alright, let's see if we can actually get this. Spain wants to give us stuff. I'll take it. And Pakistan. Those are very random countries for us to get stuff from. At least in my opinion. Like, questions about Spain for sure. Ooh, we got it. Perfect. It worked. It took a while, but it worked. And they've capitulated at this point. That's a win for the North Koreans, for the democratic people and their republic that is not a republic, nor is it democratic. We are in a communist dictatorship. That is what we're currently running. And we do not have post-war results. So do they have more territory somewhere? Like, what am I missing? Yeah, so cool story. If we control this airfield and get it bigger, we can put more airlift craft there. The only thing is we only have this one airborne guy who has quite a few medals from the Civil War. Oh man, I forgot about the Civil War. The medals reminded me. What a wild time. All right, I guess. Yeah, there we go. Definitely puppeting Palau. All right. This is questionable. No money from anyone. That's crazy work, guys. Navy, it's only a size 2 naval base. I mean, they have air assault. They also have a small navy, but they have no airplanes. They would be so good to invade via airdrop. It's insane. I have to do Brunei. I can't I can't pass up the Brunei situation here. They actually do have rubber. And then if I can get to Brunei, get this port, and get units here. Oh, that's such a fight I want to take. We have an Air Force, guys. We have an Air Force. All right, so that's a very, very important step for us. 27th. So that's the other thing for Palau. Do we have enough political power? No. Not at all. Those are rough decisions. Government spending is going to have to go up. All right, let's move our heavy lift craft down to the Philippine Sea. Maybe not. Never mind. We don't have an airfield. Well, that's cool. They don't need any buildings here, like, whatsoever. Let's get, forts and everything. Once we build this factory, I think I'm gonna move stuff up. Maybe not. I don't know. I think I may say, I may not. I may just keep this as it is. I don't know. I could build the airfield though. It says political power for the invasion. Unless we get more, it's just debatable. Very indecisive kind of a move. Yeah, how close are we? Still at that. I wish there was like more of a list there that showed kind of what the culmination of your GDP and everything was. Because our economy right now is right here behind Bolivia. Oh man, the US is going to war with Iran. So you've got a direct war between the United States, Donald Trump, Saudi Arabia's um, Salman, and Iran. I guess Yemen has been capitulated into the Western aligned faction. That's interesting. Man, that's expensive for us to get research. Like educate our people. It's 400 million per click. We were in a much better space. That's crazy. They want a naval base. I don't want the US fighting on our territory. I really don't. Sorry, Iran. You also didn't help us when we had a coup. You let our military leaders take over and said nothing. Did nothing. Also, when we had a civil war, where were the weapons? Not very helpful. We have the Philippines, Malaysia. Do we have Indonesia? Philippines, Malaysia, Indonesia. Probably Vietnam, honestly. Yeah, I would have had to have attacked them in like 2013. But our military had taken over and ruined our economy. It's unfortunate. Very unfortunate. I'm actually surprised we're still in a recession. I would have thought we'd gotten out of that by now. My leadership has not been as good as I would have hoped. And this moves back to April. We'll get this pushed forward a little bit. The fuel situation's actually pretty relaxed. I was expecting this to be much less time. But then again, I guess we only have 4 APCs and whatever Navy ships we have that are on in port. That's not too bad. Let's see. Did Iran not buy our weapons? If they had bought our weapons, they would have been way better off. See, look at that. Should have bought our weapons. Unfortunate, Iran. We have good heavy lift aircraft. Everything else is junk, but the heavy lift aircraft are good. You could have had good ones. Assuming we would have sold them to them. Sure, we would have. Not the worst political power per day, but definitely not the best. Ooh, that's pretty cool. 27th of March, so this month, we may have the fluctuating stack done. Somewhere between 12 and 15 factories at any given time, depending on when you look. You know, that special place of balance and not fluctuation, and solid factories that are on the ground and physically there that are just not making things. I don't know. I can't explain why that's happening that way. All right, that was freaking my eye out. I have Planet Earth 3 on a TV off to the side, and all I saw was tribal people dancing, but it was in the corner of my eye, so it looked really weird. And it caught my attention, sorry. Uh, fuel. Fuel. 1 year. This is also 1 year, but this gives me power reduction, which I need to maintain. So I don't have to build power plants. We're going to take that. Production-wise, we're doing all right. Not good. Just all right. Probably, I would say the military things set us back 5 years. That's my estimate for how much time was lost because we had a coup. It would have been about 5 years of time. And then we have I think factories 2nd of April. Okay. Keep shifting back. I just want to get that in so I can lock in higher GDP numbers to show to the populace I'm really living that politician life right now. That's what I'm doing. Hey, look at that, guys. That's what happens when you get another factory. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and slow it down so I don't do what I did last time. We're pushing 862 billion, which is solidly behind Haiti. Oh my god. The Haitians are kicking our butt, guys. They do have more money than us and no debt. You're making 70,000, almost 70,000 GDP per capita if you live in Haiti right now. And also, I must put a disclaimer out that this is not representative of real world events or situations, so don't take this as advice. But that's crazy. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch everyone on the next episode, where hopefully things go pretty good with our plans. Anyway, see you.